Here we are at Blaze Del Arena for a night at the opera, and tonight's presentation takes place in Egypt and it's called Aida. The story here is boy meets girl. Girl turns out to be an Ethiopian princess, but she's really a slave girl under the Egyptian princess that's in love with the boy. Boy becomes general of the army, conquers Ethiopia. Girl tricks boy into being a traitor for Egypt, for Ethiopia, because her dad guilt trips her. Then he gets caught. Slave girl decides he's going to get caught, so she sneaks into the tomb where he's going to be buried alive. He ends up getting buried alive, where an Egyptian princess cries because she was really in love with the guy, but he just didn't get it. He just didn't feel about her the same way she felt about him, so he and the slave girl die in the tomb. She's left crying. Hello everyone. So in case you weren't sure what they were saying there at the end, she was saying, I knew you were going to get condemned to death, so I didn't want you to have to go through that by yourself. So I snuck into the empty tomb so I could die here with you and we could starve to death and hopefully our wandering spirits will reconnect in heaven. That's what she says. And he says, oh, this really sucks because you're too innocent to die. I really want to save you, but I'm not strong enough to move the entire pyramid from the inside out. Meanwhile, above them, the priestess, who was really in love with him the whole time, is going, oh, this is really terrible. I totally dug you, but you didn't get me. So now I'm super sad. Don't expect a happy ending at the opera. Basically, most of these things end really badly. But the good news is, the part of the story you don't get to see is that the next week, Imhotep shows up to cheer up the high priestess, the daughter of the Pharaoh, and he says, hey, I'm gonna make you into this super hot bikini babe, and then thousands of years from now, we're gonna get resurrected and get to have a whole adventure over 2 movies with Brendan Fraser and friends. Didn't show that in the previews, but it could happen. Anyway, whenever I get to these things, I always come back to, why would you want to end up being this tragic person? Why wouldn't you want to improvise, adapt, and overcome? As true martial artists, we want to think that we don't want to be that guy with the big, sad, oh, please cry for me. You know, puppies are crying in Egypt because I'm not making it. But, hey, at least the cat got buried with me, right? Because they always did that. Anyway, I can't help but remember way back watching Titanic with my sister and her husband, and my brother and his then fiance, and my cousin and his then girlfriend, who's now his wife, and my folks. I remember thinking, man, this guy's an idiot. Why is he just holding hands with the girl, getting hypothermia and freezing to death, when there's wooden crates and dead guys in wool coats and life jackets floating all over the place? The guy could make a super nice raft, get all those wool coats, make it nice and warm and cuddly, and the two of them could have had this great life together. He could have drawn way more pictures of it. They could have made out more cars. You know, all kinds of cool stuff could have happened. Instead, later on, you know, of course, Grandma had to live her whole life without him, so she's all sad, and she like tosses the $1 billion diamond overboard and herself with it. And her granddaughter, who was taking care of her all that time, ends up like all bummed out. And Bill Paxton, who she was totally into, does that whole research project to raise the Titanic. He gets nothing, you know? And it's all for nothing because Grandma was too selfish about thinking about her granddaughter. Instead, she was just like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio froze to death a long time ago. That's really terrible. That really sucks for me. You know? Hey, be generous. Don't worry about what sucks for you. Worry about what you can do to make other people's lives better. Because what's better than dying for the one you love, Leonardo DiCaprio's character? Living for the one you love. Live for the one you love. Gather those life jackets. Gather that wool coat. Gather those wood crates. Make a raft. Improvise. Adapt. Overcome. Real martial artists prepare to survive. They prepare to prevail. They take care of those they care for. They take care of the people they don't even know. Because every day in every way, they work to make the world a better place. So, don't make your life an opera. Make your life an adventure worth living. Aloha. Forget the Pro Bowl. Here's the tailgate party right here. There's my brother George. After the opera, you need a little cheering up for those tragic endings.